Hi guys. So we are going to talk about being more attractive and attractive to everyone. Actually, not everyone because that's clickbait. So it's impossible to be attractive to everybody because everyone likes different things. For instance, the most beautiful, stunning, unbelievable women or gorgeous men in the world, you'll meet people and they'll be like, yeah, they're disgusting. I'm not interested at all. I would never touch them with a 10-foot pole because it's just not their thing. They're not attracted to them. Okay. So everybody has something different that they like. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what you look like because you have to look healthy and you have to look like you take care of yourself. So those are the two most important things to looking more attractive to everybody. Okay. So if you're really concerned, focus on those things. So first of all, or secondly, being attractive is more about what was I going to say? I'm mind phrasing. This is what my day has been like. Okay. So yes, first of all is everybody isn't attracted to everybody. Everyone has a different style and a different type. And what was the second one? It was very important. I'm going to skip it and I'm going to come back to it. Okay. So let's just jump right into like the meat of the video. So number 3 is it is all about your confidence. So you have to have confidence, and everybody tells you this. If you want to be attractive, have confidence, that's the way it is. But there are ways to appear that you are confident. First of all, you need to be able to make eye contact, and not like the stare down, and not like fleeting eye contact, like looking away and like looking down. Never look down. Never look down. Always make eye contact. This is the trick. And this is coming from psychology and from science. So you look at someone's eyes long enough to be able to see the color of their eyes and then look away. That is the appropriate amount of contact and eye contact you should be making whenever you make eye contact with someone. Even if it's in the same conversation, when you make eye contact, look for their eye color. When you see it, look away. Make another eye movement so you don't look like a psycho. Okay? And that is super important. Another one is these are all like completely like random, and I'm just going off the top of my head here. So I'm just going to go with what I know, and they're not going to be in order. So I'm sorry if you don't like it. And I can put the scientific studies behind these and put them in the description, but I feel like shit tonight and I'm tired and I'm not going to do that. So you'll have to just trust my word for it. And if you've watched my channel, you know I know what I'm talking about. So the other thing is know what feels the best on you and what makes you feel comfortable. And one of the best ways to do this is to try different things and play around with makeup. Like sometimes you look better with makeup. Sometimes I used to wear, I tried for a while, I was wearing a lot of makeup and everyone was like, you look ridiculous. Like take off your makeup. You look better without it. So I started wearing less makeup and I feel better without it. Another thing is my hair color, and I'm naturally blonde, but I have like tapered between, and you've seen in my videos, like short blonde hair, medium length blonde hair, and long blonde hair. And then I keep going back to dark long blonde hair, or sorry, dark long hair, because I feel my best with dark long hair. So I know like my look that I feel more comfortable with is dark long hair and minimal makeup. But you'll probably see me mess around with this again some more because we change. We get to a point where it's like we're sick of how we look. We feel ugly and as women, and we won't like how we're wearing our makeup, and we will need a change. So at that point, change it up. Do something different. Wear it a different way. Get on Pinterest, look up some different looks. But I just urge you, sometimes less is more. Sometimes more is more, and sometimes less is less, but sometimes less is more. And when it comes to makeup, I believe this is probably unanimous. And oh, this was point number 2. This was the important one. That looks, attractiveness is not predominantly about how you look. okay? Because it is predominantly about your attractive characteristics and traits. And that's what we're already talking about. That's what we're already into, is these other points, your traits that make you attractive or not attractive. I have met some of the most gorgeous girls and they open their mouth and I'm like, oh God, like you are ugly, ugly, ugly. And I have gone on dates with men that I'm attracted to them. I find them attractive and I feel like the chemistry, like attractive to them, but they're such goofs. They're so funny. They think they are anyways. They're so goofy. And I like a funny guy. Personality is everything to me, but the personality that's attractive is the kind that knows when to be funny and is able to be serious in the right room and under the right circumstances and at the right time. Like knowing when and where and how to be intelligent and to be serious is a very important trait. So it's super important to be able to be funny and lighthearted and take yourself less seriously, but it's also important to be able to turn that off and to be able to be serious when you need to be. Because as soon as this dude started being a jerk, like joking around and being funny, everything was a joke. I didn't know if anything was serious. And to women, it's all about safety and it's about feeling safe. And you don't even know this probably, but it's deep and it's in our genes that we want to feel safe. And if a guy is a goof all the time, we wonder, how can he protect us? And this is what goes on inside our DNA, inside our brain, without us even knowing. That is your unconscious cognitive function working for you to keep you safe. So guys, be funny, be yourself, but yes, change your personality a little. Don't be completely goofs all the time. And girls, same thing. Like, it's nice to be lighthearted, it's nice to be funny, but be able to be serious too. And don't worry so much about your physical appearance, because it is not as important as you think. A guy might look at you firsthand and think she's not my type, and by the end of the date, he might be all over you, and you might be having to get him off of me, because he finds you so attractive because of your characteristics and your personality traits. Okay, let's move on. That was the very most important point, number 2. Okay? Don't forget it. Okay, and we are going to talk about, we talked about changing up your looks and trying different things, trying what makes you feel attractive, because feeling attractive is part of being confident. When you feel attractive, you are confident, and that's like adding to your posture. And posture isn't just putting your shoulders back. Honestly, it's about stacking your body. Girls have a habit of sticking their butts out. And I know I've talked about this before in a video, but that is not good posture. We need to be stacking straight. So hips forward, stacking straight up and down. And you don't want to have your head forward either. But when you stick your butt out, you have a tendency to put your head forward. And that is really bad for your cervical spine. And it's really bad for your neck and your shoulders. And it's bad, and it's a bad look overall. And it doesn't make you look confident. It makes you look like a contortionist. So don't do it. Stack your body, practice it. What is it called? I think it's called, I'm trying to think. It's functional patterns. Look up functional patterns. It will give you a lot of insight into these topics. The next very important topic is be aware of your EQ, and not just your EQ, but your intelligence. You need to be your EQ being your emotional quotient, as opposed to IQ, which was in the 80s. In the 90s, the big thing was your IQ, how intelligent you were. But being in control of your EQ, you have to have emotional intelligence. You have to know not to be too clingy, not to be too detached, not to be too needy, but not to be too dismissive. You need to be emotionally balanced and stable. And the other thing is, you don't want to match other people's energy. You want to complement their energy. So you kind of want to fill in what they are missing. And that is very attractive. When people complement each other on an emotional and social and communication level, that is very attractive to most people. And if it's not attractive to you, you're a sociopath. So no, I'm just kidding. You're not a sociopath. Well, you might be a sociopath, but that's not why. It's for many other reasons. And if I haven't made a video about that, I'm going to look back. I'll make one because sociopaths are so interesting and it's very exciting to learn about and talk about. So my idea is that you need to be more aware of your EQ, and the best way to do that is to study psychology. Because if you learn about your own psychology and you're aware of it, then you will better understand other people's psychology. And if you understand better other people's psychology, you'll better recognize social cues, you'll better recognize emotional cues, and you won't need to have so many incidences where there are awkward silences or inappropriate comments or wishing you didn't say that, because you will recognize social cues, emotional cues from a person that you wouldn't have had you not been aware of the psychological aspects of communication and socialization and people's body language. Studying body language, I believe, is very important. A very excellent book is What the Body is Saying, or What the Body is Telling You, and it is brilliant. It is such a wonderful book, and it's what the body is saying, and it's brilliant. It's one of the best books I ever read, and it wasn't a textbook, but it was a book I read for just enjoyment. And it's a quick like, sorry, my elbow keeps falling off the table and I'm going like, anyway, it is a good, quick understanding of body language. So if you can have a good understanding and recognize body language, you know what topics are uncomfortable for someone, you know what to stay away from, you know what they're leaning into, you know what topics make them comfortable or what they're excited about talking about, what they feel comfortable and they feel joy talking about. And the most important attractive thing you can do, most important quality that makes you attractive to other people is how you make them feel. And that is with everybody. That is professionally, that is in business, that is in social circumstances, that is in romantic situations, that is all around the board. How you make people feel is how they will remember you, and it's how they think of you. So if you want to be attractive to people, concentrate on how you make them feel. So emotional quotient, understanding body language cues is going to help you communicate on a more personable and more connected level, and that's going to make you more attractive. Okay, next topic. In IQ, intelligence, still important. You need to be intelligent, and the way I think of it is, if you can spend an hour in the gym every day, you can spend an hour like growing your knowledge and your intellect. So pick a topic, any topic. I don't care if it's underwater basket weaving. Know everything there is to know about underwater basket weaving. I'm just kidding. Don't study that. That'll make you pathetic and terrifying. Terrifying. I would leave the day, say I'm going to the bathroom and be out the back door. So find a topic that would be interesting to people, something interesting. Psychology is a really exciting one. It's fun to talk about. Body language is fun to talk about. I'm thinking of all the things I think are fun to talk about. Like for me, forensic psychology, like so fun to talk about. Like I love talking about forensic psychology, but really it's not date topics, because then they start to feel like, okay, she's like analyzing me and everything I do or say. She is determining, like making judgments and decisions about me and dissecting me. So I try not to talk about that, but I would love to. I wish I could. So find a topic that you find interest in, you find joy. You probably already have your own interests. Study it, learn it. You have something to talk about. Okay. If you can spend an hour in the gym working out, then you can spend an hour every day growing your brain, or 2 or 3 times a week. Whatever you spend in the gym, meet that amount of time with the amount of time you are growing your brain and your knowledge base. Okay. Next topic, get a dog. If you already have a dog, take your dog with you. Second date, let's go walk my dog. People who have dogs are like 75% more likely to be attractive to other people. And I have dogs and cats, so it's hard for me because I feel bad if I take a dog out and I don't take the cats out, especially one dog, because he's really nice, and one dog is he's really nice. He's a mini pom-pom, and he's got some personality disorder, I'm sure. He's got borderline. But anyways, I'm sure of it. Borderline for sure from the mini pom-pom. But the other dog, the little, my chicken, sweetheart. Such a sweet dog. Anyways, but I feel bad taking the dog out and not taking my cats out, especially my overweight cat, because he needs it. But you know what? Dogs are the answer. You got to take the dogs out. You got to involve the dogs, mention your dogs, talk about your dogs. People who have dogs are scientifically proven to be much more likable and much more, what's the word? They're more identifiable. Like people are more able to identify with people who have dogs than those who do not. So that is another topic. What else is there? Vocal tone and pitch. So for women, this is the science. So to be more attractive, a woman with a higher tone pitch is more attractive. A man, if you have a higher tone pitch, you're not going to be seen as attractive as a man with a lower pitch and a lower tone to his voice. And but the caveat around that is that intellectually, women that talk in like a super high pitch and they talk like, really high and feminine, maybe you're more attractive, but you do come off as less intelligent. So if you talk with a lower cadence and you talk with, like, this is my normal voice, and I'm not going to like talk with a deep voice on a date so I seem more intelligent, or talk with a high voice so I seem more attractive. I just can't do it. But I'm sharing knowledge and studies and scientific research and psychology with you because it's your choice if you want to do this. And it might help. And, well, scientifically speaking, it will help. More intelligent people will speak with a slower cadence. And the other thing is more intelligent and more confident people, I left this out,
will speak more slowly. They will take their time, they will play the pauses, and they will move their bodies more slowly.
If you ever have the opportunity to speak at a speaking engagement and you are speaking in front of a room of people or a group of people, even a presentation of 3 people or 4 people, play your pauses, speak slowly. It demonstrates that you know what you're talking about. You're confident in your knowledge base. You're confident in your material and what you're trying to convey and the message that you're sharing. Even if it's complete bullshit and you know nothing about what you're talking about, it is still a good indicator that you do. So speak slowly, slow body movements, take your time. And with women and men on a date, still move slowly and speak slowly, but scientifically speaking, science says and psychology says that women who speak with a higher pitch in their voice are seen as more feminine, more submissive, making them DNA-wise, unconsciously, cognitively more attractive. Even though a man might say that's ridiculous, it's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Deep back in there, you don't even know, the hormones are running shit, and a woman that speaks highly is more attractive with a higher pitch and a higher cadence and a higher tone. And it's the same situation when it comes to men. Men who speak with a lower tone and a lower cadence in their voice are seen as more masculine and seen as more of the protector type and more able to play a protective role. And way back there in the hormones, in the chemicals, in the inner workings of the machine, that is what tells women that this is a good partner, and the hormones start dumping and serotonin starts dumping and sex hormones start dumping and you start feeling chemical attraction. Okay? So I'm just passing the information. Don't hate the player, hate the game. This is how it goes. So, what else is there? I'm not going to get into how you dress because how you dress is, I really feel so much very unique to what the other gender is and person, what the other person is looking for on a date, not the other gender, because it might be the same gender, who knows? But what the other individual is looking for on a date, what they find attractive, I really feel like you need to dress in clothing that you feel most comfortable in, because again, that's going to raise your confidence level. And confidence is the biggest deal next to knowing that everybody is attracted to different things and it's your characteristics. Oh, here's another good one. Your attitude. If you are a negative Nancy, if you are a negative, critical, nasty witch, you are going to be seen as less attractive. So women who are polite, tip your waiters or be polite to your servers and be polite to the person who takes your coat, or wherever you go, you treat them respectfully. You treat everybody with the same amount of dignity, whether they are sitting on the corner or they are the doctor that is seeing your date that cut his finger on a broken wine glass during your first date. So you, as a sweet partner, took them to the emerge. You treat everybody with the same amount of respect and kindness and sensitivity and understanding. And that is attractive to everybody. People who are critical and judgmental and mean and rude, they are seen as unattractive, and they give people a negative feeling, and that's what they remember. And again, what people remember is how you make them feel. And people feel very uncomfortable when you're being rude and hurtful and mean and negative and talking crap and garbage about other people around you. It makes them feel uncomfortable. And uncomfortable is the feeling they will remember you by. And that's not attractive. And the other thing is, there's a study about this. And the study is, and actually, I'm not even sure if it's a study or if it is a, like one of those stories that are passed down through generations. I can't remember. I get them confused sometimes because I know so many of both. And it is that if there is a table of people sitting at dinner and there are a group of girls and there's water poured, everyone's got a glass of water, and there are a group of women sitting and all they are doing is talking garbage about somebody else, and they are gossiping and being negative and just being cruel individuals, that water is toxic and it's tainted. And our bodies are made up of predominantly water. So if our water can be made toxic on a table in a glass by the conversation and the circumstances surrounding it, imagine what happens to our body and our inner selves based on where we place ourselves and our conversation and around us and the attitude and the mindset and characteristics of those around us. So anyways, I feel like that's probably more of a hand-me-down story than it is scientific study, but I believe it's true because toxic people create toxic people, and it's just like hurt people hurt people. So when you are around toxicity and toxic behaviors and characteristics and personality types, then you will pick up those characteristics and you're more likely to become that way yourself. So don't be that way yourself, because you will make the person you're with feel uncomfortable and feel like they are out of their comfort zone, and that's how you will make them feel. And remember, the most important rule is your attractiveness is based upon how you make somebody feel. What you leave them with and how they think of you and what they remember you by is how you made them feel. So understand your psychology, understand your body language, understand your EQ, your emotional quotient, and learn a little psychology, learn a little body language, study, learn a hobby, increase your knowledge base. As much as you spend time in the gym, spend time on your brain. It's more important, not more important, but equally important. I would say more important, because the smarter you get, the more you'll realize you need to go to the gym a little bit. So I think it's more important. And your body is not all it's cracked up to be, because there is a body for everybody. There's a body type. There is a physical type for everybody. And again, some of the most beautiful women, I've looked at some girls and been like, God, you are so gorgeous. And they open their mouth and God, they are ugly, ugly, ugly souls. And the same for men. So don't forget it. That's the video. And I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you agree. And leave me a comment. Give me an experience where maybe you've met someone who you thought was like drop dead gorgeous, and they're so your type. And then they open their mouth and they are disgusting. And I would love to read your comments about that, because I love learning about people and other people's experiences. It's my favorite thing. And well, I don't know. I have a few favorite things, but a few. And they're all nerdy things too. But leave me a comment. And if you agree, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you all soon. Take care and have a lovely weekend. It's coming quickly.